They tried to play us, but we made the game. Offend these haters, turn their shade to shame.
Believe you me.
Stick with the name that pays. Big Daddy everything.
And they thought I was dumb to rap, but how dumb is that when I'm the running back? Gut punch you in front of you at eye level, see if you gon' stomach that. It's food for thought, but we don't feed them hoes, we don't need them hoes. Eloquent, Big Daddy elephant, just in their element. Intelligence, telling man something they can tell a friend. And
hello, everybody. I'm so glad that y'all could tune in with us. I'm Intimate Elefantes. I heard of elephants. What's happening? Hey, y'all want to say what's up to my boy Jeff? Jeff, you want to say what's up to the people?
I do. People, what's up? Sola, what's up, bro? Welcome to the Big Daddy Energy Podcast. This is where we talk about all things related to manliness, and we ask particular questions that may sound like they're not related to man, but they are, because us men, we care about the truth. And so that's what we're going to try to talk about today, get to the bottom of the truth. It's good to be here, man. If y'all like this stuff, then like this stuff. Get down in there, man. Share this stuff. If you guys are watching us regularly, man, share the videos, discuss the videos. Let's get active, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and become big time. You can go ahead and go on to YouTube. You should see us. What's up? Told you. And go ahead and subscribe. That way you can be big time with the rest of us big daddies over here. Interesting topic today. Jeff, would you say?
I would, yeah. Especially with an intro like this is where we talk about all things related to man and manliness. So definitely interesting, brother.
Yeah, you would say, how does this relate to manhood? This question, woman. Yeah, there's a guy that's been going around. You know his name. I think you just said it to me.
Yes, sir. Mr. Matt Walsh.
Matt Walsh, asking about woman. What is woman? Why is this a thing right now? What the heck is going on?
Yeah, it seems like a hot topic. Seems like that's up for debate by everybody. Womanhood seems to be up for question. Remember, I think it was a while back we were trying to figure out if somebody was trans woman. Does that mean they're male trans to woman, or they're woman trans to male?
Yeah.
Can't figure it out, brother. We don't know how to apply these new terms.
His name is Craig Garcia. Craig Garcia says.
Craig Garcia. How are you, sir? Hey, you look like you're doing it looks like man work, by the way.
Hearts. Yeah.
Right on.
Yes, sir. Craig. Are you mixed, bro? Tell me what's going on, man, because you look like you can be from both my family and Jeff's family. I don't know.
It is extreme heat in Texas. I think we're in a state of disaster, actually, out here because of this heat. So,
yeah. So I don't know, brother. Talking about women. I'm raising daughters. I have a mother. I always thought I'm married. 100% Mexican, bro. Got love for everyone, though. Of course, I know you got love. I know that, bro. And then also, I know one thing I do know, Jeff, is Mexican people have all the shades, all of them.
All of them, brother. Yeah. Absolutely, brother.
I know that very well, depending on what state you're from. And actually, brother, I didn't know that there were states. I didn't know they were called states.
In Mexico? You didn't know that?
I didn't know.
Yeah, you thought everybody just lived in Mexico?
Well, I knew about the cities, brother, but I didn't know Cancun was a state, brother.
Yeah, Michoacan.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, brother. But
Jalisco.
Yeah. I love to learn. That's how I know it now, because I'm always asking questions and learning. But yeah, depending on what state you're from, I didn't know there was, up if you lived in this area, you could have blue eyes, and if you live in another area, um, you could even look like a black person, so-called black person.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that.
That's pretty interesting, brother, because a lot of the Mexicans from San Antonio, they have an organization called the Orejas.
Yeah.
That means big ears in Spanish. And so Mexicans from San Antonio typically have big ears. It's what I heard. I don't know. I've never paid attention to ear size, but
yeah, there's all kinds of different stuff from dancing to food and clothing. Yeah, definitely. I've seen a lot of that. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. All right, so let's dig, man. I have a wife.
Mm-hmm.
I have a mother. I have a sister. I have daughters. I have every level, brother.
Yeah, that's all the women. You have all of them.
Yeah. Obviously, I have a grandmother because I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any aunts?
I have aunts.
Okay.
I have female cousins. So I have every level of female in my life. Sisters-in-law, mother-in-law is dearly departed, but everything, brother. He said, no, it's just ears. It's just ears, Jeff. Because back in the day, they were the heirs for the Mexican mafia because they got big and split.
See, I was told something else, but I'm not in the know, Craig. So how would I know these things? I know nothing of these things.
That's cool. Wow.
That is cool. Okay. Yeah, all right.
That's good. Hey, anything, I'm going to say this right now, brother, and to everyone listening. If there's anything that we say that's like, I don't know, and y'all do a quick Google search, or y'all also have more knowledge than we do on the subject, do just like Craig did right here so that we can learn. We can pick it up, look at it, and say, is that how it is? And then we'll go ahead and learn. Because what's the use of saying that we're looking for the truth, or we like to tell the truth, or tell people the truth, or search the truth, if we're not ready for the truth? We're always ready for truth, always ready for more information.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I actually enjoy being wrong about stuff because I find out that I'm wrong when I find out what's right. And so now I actually do know something. So It's cool, man. Yeah, appreciate that, Greg.
It also reminds me of the question that we have, what is woman? Because I was told that, you got to ask a woman. Who knows what a woman is besides a woman? And so I know that I don't know if it was a justice or who it was that were asking, what is a woman? And she said, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, she said, I'm not that was the secretary, I think.
Yeah, I'm not a biologist, she said.
She said, I'm not a biologist. Yeah, I think that was, she might have been the head of the Supreme Court, something like that. New lady. Yeah.
Okay, says you're wrong all the time, Jeff. That's new, bro.
Hey, man. All right, Craig.
Laughing out loud. LOL. And she says she's not a biologist. So somebody we need to be able to agree on something on this. Because I don't want my daughter to say, instead of, I ask her, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she's telling me all this stuff. And then she also has to add woman to it. I want to grow up to be a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not remember, Adanya said a woman is an older girl. That's what my daughter said. That's what she understands.
Oh, it's a pretty damn good answer.
It's an older girl.
Yeah.
I actually took the privilege to go ahead and look this up. I already knew the answer. Most people didn't know. So I'll go ahead and say what the word woman means. And so many females, Famalis, remember, probably not going to like this at all.
Okay.
They'll probably stop calling themselves this after I say it.
After female?
Those females will stop calling themselves women after I tell them what it means.
Oh, well, okay. I got you. Oh, man, this is going to be good. Let's hear it.
All right. The term woman started off as, well, let's go through the stages.
Man. All right.
So it was, I'm going to go from most recent to last. I'm sorry.
First,
Yeah,
gotcha.
most recent to first.
Gotcha.
So it was woman. Then it was, I'm in the wrong. It's not the one I was looking up. All right. Let's go off my memory then. It was woman. Then it was women, like WIMMAN. And then the first was Wiffman. And it was a word put together with wife and man. Wife, man.
Okay.
So when somebody says I'm a single woman, you're lying. Why'd you lie to me, you adulteress?
Yeah. Unless she's the one wife.
Oh, I see. I'm the only wife.
The only
That's
wife.
what she's saying.
She would be single wife man.
Oh, I see. So she's not an adulteress.
Mm-mm.
She was just telling me I'm married, but I'm happy to be the only wife that he has. When she said
Right.
single woman.
Yeah, and so then you would answer, which I think we've read a story like this. You would ask her, "Where's your husband?"
That's what I would say.
Because if you're a woman, then where's your husband?
Yes. Where's your husband? Because that's when y'all heard the scripture when Christ said, "If you look on a woman to lust after her, then you have committed adultery already in your heart." And for many years, Christian men thought, "Oh no, egats." Rats.
Yes, sir.
How will I ever continue to say that I'm a so-called Christian, a believer, I'm living a clean life, if I can never look at a woman again? Y'all think that you think that the Most High God, who loves all men, not all men, but who loves men, who decided let's make man in our own image, also came up with the idea that you should never look onto a woman? What kind of brother? That's like, I can imagine what people think about when they say these are all the trees of the garden, but this one tree you should not eat of the fruit of it. Right? And let's just say it's the most beautiful tree in the garden. It's the most delicious looking tree in the garden. Obviously, that's not how it happened, but I would liken it unto that kind of thinking. Like, how is it that God would make a woman and like this? Look at what she looks like, and then say, "Don't look at women." Oh man,
yeah.
No wonder people quit, brother. They're like, "Nah, I quit, man."
No, yeah, absolutely. And throughout the Bible, there's a different word for unmarried women.
Yeah, there is.
There's maidens. These are unmarried women.
Yes.
Right.
Damsel.
Damsel. There's widows. These are all what you would call women that don't have husbands.
Virgin.
Some of the different virgins. Yeah.
That's what they would call them.
Handmaids.
That's what they would call female people.
Right.
But when it was speaking about the wife, this wife will call a woman. You're a part of a man. You belong to a man. That would be wife men. You remember there was somebody who actually the first person to say it.
Mhm.
It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't God. Okay, it was. It was Adam, whose name is man. His name is man, and he called the female that God brought him. He called her woman because was taken from man.
Right.
He said, "Wife man, you wife man, you're wife man." That's where we get the word wife from. Wife.
Yeah.
Wife man, you're taken from man, wife man. So first she was a wife, and then he named her a mother. And I just would like to go ahead and let me just go ahead and throw that in there. That should be the order, actually.
Yeah.
First become a wife. Go ahead and get that title. Let's go ahead and get that settled. At least this is what I'm going to tell my daughters. You know, there may be ladies saying, "Hey, you can't tell me what to do, you bearded guy."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, a lot of the women that are throwing this up for question, they don't care about
Excuse me. What? Excuse me. What did you call them?
A lot of the humans that are throwing this up for question.
Okay.
That's what I meant to say. They don't care about what our book says. Our
The Bible.
Our special book. That's what they would call it. Yeah.
Oh, the fairy tale book.
Yeah. Our magical book. I think someone told me that. I don't care about what your magic book says.
Got you.
So.
No, I get it. I mean, that's perfectly fine. It's cool. It just shares some of the same words.
Right.
So
right.
Let's use a completely different language. One like a language before English. The further we go back, we'll come to the original language.
Yeah, well, Hebrew is Ish and Isha. That's right. Man is Ish or Ash, something like that, right?
I don't know how to say
Ish.
Man. I thought it was Adama. Adama
Could
is
be.
man.
Could be. I know that I've heard Ish and Isha, which is Isha being the flesh of flesh of
flesh
the
of
Ish.
flesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think this is like, it might be Aramaic and not Hebrew. It could be that.
Okay. The word queen, do you know where that comes from?
I don't.
It's the same word as Gain.
No, sir. It's not.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
That I can see that. I can see that.
You know what a gynecologist is?
Mm-hmm. A gynecologist. Yeah. Yeah, they deal with gynos.
Yeah. So we throw around these words and these labels, and I understand, brother. I understand because once you put a label on something, you tie it down for a long time, and it's like you cannot get from under it until you take the label off, and then you can go free. But I do realize that this thing is coming to question because other people, it's not so much that the females are trying to get out. No,
Right.
they love calling themselves women, brother.
Mm-hmm.
It's that others are trying to sneak their way in.
Yeah.
Isn't that the main reason why this is kind of like I don't know what a woman
Right.
Because there's people trying to sneak into it. And the reason, well, one of the main reasons I know that people are trying to sneak into it is because of how high the gyno is right now.
Right. Yeah.
Aren't they almost untouchable around this moment?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
This time in life.
Yeah, they are.
I mean,
not only that, the men are being villainized. We're the antagonist. So we're actually bad, and then they're being lifted up very highly.
So why not sneak on over there, brother? There's a man. There's a man, and I know he's a man, and I think more people know that he's a man
mm-hmm.
that went to compete as a woman swimmer. And brother, he has balls. He has balls.
They gotta wear tights, brother.
What do you mean? We can see that you're cheating. You're cheating.
Oh man, brother.
Bro, why
You know-
are you here? What are you doing? You're gonna
That
compete
is-
today? What
you know,
hey, what? hey, y'all! Look, this man. What is he? Hey, get him out of here! He's cheating. Look,
Brother,
he
he
snuck
has
into
chest hair.
He snuck.
He has chest
Yeah,
hair.
chest hair. He snuck into the female locker room. What are y'all doing? Get this guy.
No, I didn't. I didn't sneak in. I'm here to compete.
This is
Don't
a
be
women's
like that.
competition.
Yeah,
And he won.
yeah.
He won. So well, the pronoun, the proper pronoun would be she won. All right,
Mhm.
Jeff. Okay, you happy? Y'all happy now?
Yes, I am happy, but not because of the pronoun. Just happy.
So how do you tackle some of this stuff, Jeff? Is it just something that we should it's none of your business type stuff? As a man, you know,
Yeah.
we're men, we're over here talking about this kind of stuff.
Well, so here's the problem I have with it is I heard this stuff a couple years ago start coming up more and more. And I've actually seen this quite a bit growing up. This isn't new. Men trying to be women. It's not new at all. I've seen this almost my whole life. It's
Okay.
just becoming more and more. And so now it's getting to the point where in some parts of the Western world, it's against the law to actually say otherwise. If a woman wants to be called a man, you have to call her that. If a man wants to be called a woman, you have to call her that. And so now it's my business. And now they're trying to make that happen here. We're talking about fixing bathrooms. Like this is becoming, it's to the point where, okay, us bearded folks, we have to start getting involved here and start kind of cleaning some of this mess up. And I think I found out where it's coming from. Right. So, well, I don't know if you had anything else before I get into that, brother.
Just a question, but I think we could probably wait
Okay.
on it because it's something that you told me you identify as, and I want to go ahead and get to that at some point.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I'd love to get to that.
All right.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Let me just real quick. Let me do this. So, there's a variation in sexual desires, connections, how people connect to one another sexually. Right. This is kind of all over the place. Men liking men liking women, men liking both, which I actually heard not too long ago. There's no such thing as a bisexual man. Because if a man is gay sometimes, then he's gay. So there's no bisexual men. The question came up when it started coming to the gender discussion. So in sociology, gender is identified as a social construct. It always has been. And what it does is it helps us identify the female from the male within human beings in our societies. Right? And
Okay.
so female carries herself a certain way, the male carries herself a certain way. And if you look at all of the animal kingdom, you see something like this. The female look a certain way and they do certain things. The male looks a certain way and does certain things. This is so that they can identify one from another. But because it's a social construct, I think people decided that they could make something change. They could fix it. I think when people hear the term social construct, they're hearing some sort of foul play. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Okay.
Like society made it this way. It doesn't have to be this way. That's the attitude that shows up. But it's not that society made it this way. This is the way it's kind of always been. You know what I mean? So when they talk about like what a man is and what a woman is, they're talking about the gender side of it because there's no debate on the sex side. There's no debate whatsoever. Scientifically speaking, there is no debate. the difference between the sex male and the sex female within humans.
Okay.
Like the difference goes down to the DNA, down into the bone structure. You know, the debate is social construct. That's up for debate. And so when you say what is a woman, I think that's kind of what they're asking. You know what I'm saying? That's the part they don't know how to answer is what is a woman in regards to gender and the social construct. Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't. Because what because I have songs like I'm a natural woman, you know, like songs like that are inside my head. So how can everybody not know when that was a hit song?
Okay, so just sing that song with a question mark. Just add a question mark.
Okay. I'm a natural woman.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, what about It's a Man's World?
Yeah,
It's man's world. But it's nothing without a woman.
Woman? There you go.
Like that?
Yeah, just throw question marks.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
So
there you go.
So okay. So a female, the sex female, very hard to question that, right? Very hard to.
Right.
There has to be a definition, and we see that.
Right.
But a woman is something that somebody can identify. Like I can either identify as a high school graduate or some college right?
Right. Yeah.
I should be able to have I should have the right to choose how I identify, right?
Yeah. Well, they just made a difference in that, by the way. That just happened.
I'm a high school graduate, I'm a college dropout.
Right.
So I can choose which one I wanted. Right?
No, you can't be those two things. Can you? What did you say you were? You were a what?
I'm either I can choose to be a high school graduate, but I'm talking to people that I'd like to say that around. And then there's other people like some of my rapper friends I could say that I'm a college dropout.
Ah, okay. All right.
And you can't dare judge me for either one.
It sounds like that maybe you've made one of those up, but whatever.
No, but if I don't have a 4-year degree, brother, I'm a college dropout, right? I could.
Yeah.
You can't tell me how to identify myself.
Yeah, but college dropout's not that's not a.
Oh yeah. So who are you to tell me about what I am? Like what?
No, but like, when were you labeled a college dropout? When did you get a?
I'm the one I identify as a college dropout.
Did you drop out of college? Did you start college and drop out of it?
I didn't finish.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I have 2 degrees, they're college degrees.
So you graduate. You're a graduate.
Sometimes.
Okay. I don't understand.
Look, I don't want to be confined into like one, like all the time, kind of like, I'm a free spirit.
Okay, so I get it. You do drugs. What I'm saying is, because that's what that means when I hear free spirit, I hear drug use. That's drug use. If you completed college, that's a thing that you did, and so
I didn't complete 4 years of college,
but you have a degree.
I do have a 2-year degree and not a 4-year degree.
So you're an associate. You have associate's degree. Hey there, associate.
Yeah, I can identify as associate, but
there you go.
But right now I'm identifying as a college dropout
with an associate's degree.
Does it get that ridiculous sometimes, brother?
It does, brother. It really does, man. Yeah, absolutely. Because traditionally, a woman has always been, and this is to bring it from wifemen, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
to now, what when you look at like the way scientists have always used and sociologists have always used this term, it was always used to describe a female human, an adult human female. That's what woman was used to describe,
It's
right?
the only way you can be a wife, man.
Because that's the only way you could be a wifeman
Okay.
is to be an adult, and it used to be adulthood used to be marked by puberty, and then in the Western world we raised it up to 18, so it means you're an adult, which means you're held responsible for your own actions. You're a female because every the species of humans have male and female, and then you're a human. You see, like we scientifically humans are in the great ape family, right? For example, so there's other species of great apes. You wouldn't look at a female baboon and say that that's a woman. That's a female and it's a baboon. You see what I'm saying? And so a woman is specifically a female human, an adult female human.
But they also, now we're learning, have to be married.
Yes, to be called that term, they need to be married. Yes.
Brother, could you imagine us going around telling females that they're not women? You're a woman.
No.
You, with your C cups and those hips that I'm looking at, you're not a woman. I think you should. And I think that's something you need to be letting people know. If you're going to be out here dating people, you need to be letting them know you are not a woman.
You need to let somebody know.
That's messed up. Because you're out here dating. And that's something that we need to know. Like, men need to know that you are not a woman.
Yeah.
Brother, is it natural for a female to be married then, Jeff? Because what's going on, man? I didn't even expect to talk about this, but what's up with that?
Yeah, for sure, brother. Absolutely. Yeah, the scientific term for it is pair bonding, brother. It's completely natural. It has to happen. It actually has to happen. As soon as a female can start producing offspring, she has to go find a male. And typically, the female picks and chooses the male, or selects from the group. And then, that's typically how it goes.
No, it's not. Well, that's lately how it goes. That's not how it's supposed to go at all.
Well, it's not. No, but typically that's the way it's been going.
No wonder it's all messed up.
Yeah. And so, if we want to continue having offspring, we should be married. I mean, there's no other way to do it unless you're just going to have like a bunch of people like have sex outside of marriage. And that would be complete chaos, brother.
Maybe. So, okay. What is woman? Woman is a wife, man. It also says, one of the things I looked up, excuse me, was female servant.
Mm-hmm.
It was also what wife men.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at. Okay. Let me bring this up. So some of our family members, the ones that have hands like this, you've probably seen it before, brother, on Instagram, maybe a little bit on Facebook. They'll call the woman womb man. They'll add a B to it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. Womb man. Yeah.
No. So no. It was never. It was never that's not where woman comes from at all.
Oh. Woman might be where womb comes from. That might be true.
It might be the other way around.
That could be where womb comes from, but it's definitely no.
Matter of fact, let me look that up. Where does womb come from? uterus?
I'm looking up.
Old English, womb.
Womb. It comes from belly.
Yep, letters uterus,
Wombo.
uterus, womb, belly.
Belly. Wombo. Proto-Germanic. It would have been called wombo. That's it, women. I'm going to start calling you wombos. Oh, man.
All right, so that's what woman is. It's a wife, man.
Yeah.
If anybody asks you what is a woman, say it's a wife, man.
Yeah.
So how can a male be a wife, man? Jeff, when he doesn't have a uterus.
Well, he couldn't be a wife man because there's a male and female in marriage. And if there is a wife man, it can't be the man.
Okay, well, what if he says, okay, well then, okay, y'all so picky about these terms. I'm a female.
No.
Wrong, right? Because
Yeah, he's wrong.
that's the sex.
Right.
And you're not the sex of. Okay, so what about when a person that says, listen, I hear all the things y'all are saying, I get it, whatever, but I'm taking hormone pills. I'm also having a sex change.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to change my sex, and I'm taking testosterone. Okay, and as you can see, I took my mammary glands away, and I have a mustache and a beard.
Good.
So
cool. So that's a gender reassignment.
Yes, I did all of it.
Right. Biologically, you have not changed your sex.
Yes, because I have.
Just because you changed the thing that you have sex with doesn't mean that you've changed your sex. These are terms that are similar, but they're used in different fashion in different categories.
Well, I had some testicles molded.
Mm-hmm.
So does that count?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Genetically, you are still a male. Now,
yeah, I'm a male. You call me a male.
Wait, I thought you were a female. Damn it. I got lost in the...
no, you did. You just called me a male. I'm a male.
Which one did you start out as? Oh, no. We're not...
It's too late. I appreciate it.
I got lost
boy.
in the... No. Okay, what... Brother, I got lost, man.
She had her breast removed.
Okay.
Taking male
genetically, that is a female. And here's the deal, brother, is when she becomes a skeleton, like all of us will, and someone sees her skeleton, they're going to see a female. No one's going to know that any of this happened.
So when they check her chromosomes, what's going to happen?
They're going to be female, brother. They're going to be XX.
Damn it. Well, how do I get that covered up?
You can't. Estrogen doesn't change that. It doesn't take away one of those lines. Estrogen doesn't do that. Or testosterone. That's not what it does. It doesn't go like you can't put testosterone in your body and then all the testosterone goes and beats that one line up on the X until it falls off and now you have a Y. That's not how that works.
Okay, well, I want kids. So I'll just make them.
If you're an XX, then you just need to get impregnated by an XY.
No, I got all that stuff taken out. I don't need that junk.
Oh, then how you? Well, there's people that give children away.
No,
I'm gonna find one of those.
No, I'm gonna bust, like, you know what I'm saying, shoot up the club.
With
just like
what?
Just like my homies.
No, listen, if I go into the club with a Nerf gun and start shooting it, no one's gonna be upset with me. all the people aren't going to come rushing out of the club. If I were to go shoot up the club, it'd be different.
Well, I have a date tonight with this hot chick, and I'm gonna do cream pie her.
Maybe you will. I don't know. Can you produce? Do you have a little pump down there?
No, what do I need a pump for? I'm telling you, I'm a man now.
I don't
Gonna give her a facial.
I don't know how. I don't see how that's gonna happen. I don't know. That's just doesn't make you an XY. You're still an XX. In fact, you still have the hip structure of a female. That's the number one indicator, by the way, when looking at skeletons.
So are we trapped in these
Oh, that's it.
It's decided. That's just how it is.
That's a wrap. And here's the part that I don't really care much about, right? Is if somebody identifies with like a more feminine, like if a man is born and he has feminine traits and he identifies more with the feminine side of things, there's actually nothing. There's problems with it, but that doesn't matter as much, right? If he has feminine characteristics and he's soft spoken and all this other stuff, low testosterone, something like that, that's not going to be best for his life, right? Because he'll be perceived by everybody as a man. But I get it. The point I'm making is I understand that kind of stuff. Some of that could be biological, some of it could be hereditary, but that's a wrap, man. If you're born XY chromosome, you are a male.
All right, so I think you're making stuff up because there's a guy named I'm sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
There was a guy named Bruce Jenner, and now there's a lady or a woman person named Caitlyn Jenner. So now
they got married. That's why they both have the same last name. Okay. Well, I don't see how that how does two people getting married mean that what I'm saying is made up? I don't understand.
No, they didn't get married. It's the same person.
Because they're one, because they were married. Bruce and Caitlyn were married and they became one. Okay. Amen.
Well, the thing is that I need to try to figure out a way to become more mature if I'm going to have these kind of conversations.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Bonnie, what's up?
It's been a while, Bonnie. How you feeling? Bonnie.
Yeah, I'm digging the braids. I like that. That's one of my favorite hairstyles to see.
Oh, the two braids?
Two braids, yeah.
Yeah.
It's dope, man. I like that.
Hey, man, put it there, Jeff. That's one of mine, too.
All right, man.
It doesn't look like we're hitting.
We got to go this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. What we talking about? I've been good. Thank you. My daughter did them.
Cool.
Bonnie, we have a question. This is a serious question, Bonnie. We need a serious answer. What is woman? All right. That's our question for you. We need an answer. Bet. See, no one knows, Jeff.
No one has a clue.
Oh, she says boss. Woman is boss?
Oh, man.
That reminds me of a joke my mother told me just today. She said a pastor was asking the congregation, everybody that's controlled by their wife, move to the left. And everybody, all the men, all of them all moved to the left, except for this one guy. And so the pastor was Man, he was impressed. He's like, "Wow, sir, how did you manage to not be controlled by the woman? Well, not be controlled by your wife?" And he said, "Oh, she's the one that told me not to move to the left."
Damn, man.
So this gynocentric world, brother, all these people are saying now our wives control us. They tell us what to do. How? How does a woman tell a man what to do, brother? How?
Yeah. Well, yeah. As a man, you would have to let them, brother. That's the only way.
Is that okay? That's how it happens then. Because I didn't know how's that how's that
Yeah, for
happen?
sure.
Damn, kind of a hard question. Is that a hard question, Bonnie? Victoria laughs. Victoria, what is woman? And she says the boss. She says the boss again,
The
Jeff.
boss. Yeah, the boss.
Bonnie, are you woman? Oh, but she's gonna say, yeah, I'm the boss.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I watched porn a long time, man. I know what a woman. I know what a woman is, brother. I know what a woman is. How come everyone's not knowing like what it is?
I don't know, brother.
I'm a whole lot of woman.
Yeah, I can dig it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the sentiment now, brother. Nowadays, gynocentrism is at all-time high, and women run the world as far as they can tell, for the most part. And for some reason, men have let it. I don't know. I think it's because they have a monopoly on sex. Maybe that's why. That could be it.
Well, we got to put God in this. You said they got a monopoly on sex. Women do. A woman is a female man. Hey, yeah, a woman is a female man.
That's a good answer. Yeah, female man. I like that.
Yeah. The definition for woman is wife man. Well, the etymology for woman is wife man. What is the definition of a woman? Let's try that.
I think it's female human.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little bit more complicated than that. An adult female human being. I guess it's the same thing, right?
Adult female human being, yeah. They'll probably be changing that soon, I would imagine.
That's Oxford. What is the true definition of a woman? An adult female person, a woman belonging to a particular category, as by birth, residence, membership, or occupation. Usually used in combination, counts a woman, womankind, distinctively feminine nature, womanliness. A woman who is a servant or a personal attendant. Woman. Is there a legal definition of a woman? Female means a person who is a citizen or lawful permanent resident of the United States.
What? That's not what female means.
So if you're from Nicaragua, you're not a female.
You're not a female. What are you? I am human. I'm just a human. If you're from anywhere else,
Golly, brother. No, this is law. I guess this is U.S. law. All right, let's see. Damn, I'm gonna have to Google this. A person made from man. Oh, that's cool. That is jot it. That is not it.
I got you.
Bonnie, funny. We miss you, Bonnie. Dang, you had us out here trying to do this all by ourselves. And look who also joined us. Manny, what's up?
Manny.
Where's our friendly intros? Kind greetings. I know it's kind of late though, Jeff. You know what I'm saying? We are kind of late.
It is, yeah, it's kind of. It's not good though.
Manny, you know what a woman is? Could you tell us what is woman? I can say, how come we don't ask what a man is? Isn't that? Oh yeah, because Well, if we're not careful, women are gonna start. They're gonna start. They're gonna take control of what a man really is, because you know how I say what a real man, right?
Well,
What if he
yeah,
was a real man?
that's where we're headed next, because that's what's going on now. Is the definition of a man, according to a woman, is starting to become something that a man wouldn't define as a man,
Got you.
right? So you and I, if we were to say this is what a man does X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If women were talking about what men do, it wouldn't sound the same.
I got
It
you.
wouldn't. And so, we give them the deciding, the choice to decide what's what, then they'll start telling us what men are. They're already doing so. Women are telling us what men are.
Excuse me, I have to sing real quick.
Oh, yes, sir. If you could.
Hola, hola. That's what that. That's what that said.
That's good, man. That was nice.
I appreciate it, Jeff. Maddie says me. Maddie's a woman. Yes,
I
you
am
are
a woman. Hear me roar.
You're a woman. Damn it! What is a damn? What is a man? Yeah. Bonnie had it right.
Okay.
What she said, boss? Woman is boss. Bonnie says, thank you.
Oh, the boss. That's how you do the H.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'll read this one. I'll take this one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
there you go,
Jeffrey.
There it is.
Hey
man.
Hey, how you doing?
She's not bad of a songwriter, brother.
She's not bad, man.
Stuff. Nice tunes.
I hit some notes on that one thing. I think I hit the notes you were putting out.
You did. I heard like a little ring in there. That was cool, Jeff.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff. Oh, whoa. English is fun to read, man, because you can kind of just say whatever you want if it looks a certain way.
Okay, Jeff.
Yeah.
You must have been practicing that, huh? Jeff and I were in a choir together.
We were. We actually used to do duets.
We did, brother.
Sol and I used to sing duets together.
Yeah, we were the only two singing. We had to sing songs.
There was no music either for us.
Practice makes perfect. Man, guys, I'm over here laughing. We got Bundy in the house tripping out. Hey, I was in choir too, middle school. Were you? I didn't know middle school had choir. Mr. Keys. Oh yes, I do remember Mr. Keys. Yep, I sure do. I didn't know I was ever going to be in a choir, brother.
I didn't, brother. I didn't either. I remember actually just being told that I was in the choir, and I just joined the choir, brother.
We appreciate your cooperation, brother.
Cool, man. Whatever. I'm down. I'll do it. Yeah, where do you want me to stand?
Right here, stand right here.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Man, quiet, man. All right, so a man, I can answer that. A man, is a matured baby boy. You know, he just grew up and he matured. Now, socially, you may say, well, I don't know if that guy's fully matured. Like, socially, he may not, but you can look at him. You can see he has a beard, got broader shoulders. He's grown up.
Yeah.
That's a man. If an alien was to hover by, he would say, "Though there's a man right there," and it's easy.
Right,
It's
right.
not hard. It's not a complicated thing. If a lion came up, he would say, "Ah, I'm about to eat this man."
Right.
He would know.
Yeah, they wouldn't see the guy that's avoiding the bill at dinner,
right.
and then be like, "Oh, he's
That's
not
not
a
a real
real man.
man."
That's not a real man," and fly off. You know what I'm saying? They don't know our social norms, man.
Jeff, were you soprano? Did you sing soprano?
I was never in the mafia, the Italian mafia, Manny. Thanks. I guess I looked like I was in the Sopranos, the show, but no. No, man, that's a joke. I don't know anything about music. That's why I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know.
That's
Was
why
I a
you-
soprano solo?
That's
I have
why
no
you
idea.
referred. That's why you referred to a joke.
Yeah, I defer to a joke. Yeah, because that's actually the kind of guy I am. I defer to jokes when I don't know. No, I guess I was a soprano. I don't know.
Yeah, we were all
Soprano.
None of us were altos, brother.
Okay, altos. No.
The altos are the ones that they're up there real high.
Yeah, I got you.
None of us was that. It was all regular. Matter of fact, bro, it doesn't make sense for there to be a choir because we didn't do very many harmonies. We were just all like, "Oh, I'm a friend of God. I am
Yeah,
a
that was
friend
it.
of God. He called me friend." We all did the same.
Over the mountains and the sea, your river runs with love for me.
For me.
This is a
That's
bunch of
it.
tattooed guys doing it. Yeah, it's cool.
That was it.
As long as you stayed on beat, you were good.
Okay, you got me after a long time. Gotta. At some point, well, Bonnie's how that went. At some point, hopefully, as a society, we will stop embarrassing ourselves to the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And not that I feel embarrassed, but just somewhat. Just thinking about the rest of the world kind of looking at us and saying, "Oh, those guys over there on the West, they don't know what a woman is."
Yeah.
Simple language, it's just simple by observation. Some things are by observation. It's all good. But then there's some people who look and dress like a woman, brother. What are they? What are they? What is that person? Is that a she or not a she?
I think that's the
Is that a they?
That's the tough part, brother, is we've always used the way we carry ourselves outside as the way we identify. So you know what I mean? It's always been like women have long hair, they dress a certain way, they look a certain way, and men look their way, now that that's up for debate and guys have long hair now, it's kind of tough, I guess. I don't know what you're supposed to do because I'm not going to go around asking everyone what to think of them.
He, she.
A shim.
Did you say Bruce Jenner married himself, Caitlyn Jenner? Yeah, that was Jeff. That was good.
Yeah. Because surely that's the only way you get Bruce and Caitlyn at the same last name.
Would we be wrong if we said, okay, person who wants to identify in a different way, can we give you a third bathroom? Can we give you a third
they have their own bathroom?
Yeah, and can we say extra man? Can we decide that you won't be a woman though? Because you're not quite a woman. Can we say you're not okay? You don't want to identify as a man. You want to identify as a man that identifies as a woman. Can we do that? Can we say man, woman?
Man, woman. I suppose if you added a third bathroom, though, brother, this would be the problem. Is it would be reminiscent to that group of people of segregation immediately.
No, there's 3 bathrooms. You can choose.
There's a family bathroom. That would be a good idea. A family
Okay,
bathroom.
just so then we could say, hey, look, you want to just go into the family bathroom? That'd be fine.
But that's where you're supposed to be able to like change your kids' diapers and stuff.
Okay, can we say asexuals? Can we say you are go into the asexual bathroom? We have an asexual bathroom.
Asexual means they can reproduce on their own. They're not asexual. Cockroaches are asexual.
Oh, I wonder how they do that, brother. Because
I have no idea, brother.
And Adam said, "This is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman, because she was taken out of man."
Amen. Yeah,
that's what it says. You said that perfectly. Appreciate it, Bonnie. Ray Toria said that perfectly. All right. What we talking about? What's up, Alyssa?
What's up, Alyssa? We were just finishing, actually, Alyssa. So if you could please, we'll catch you on the next one.
Oh man, Alyssa,
I love
brother.
I love you, Alyssa.
You just responded like she was a big bad wolf, and she came in, brother. She's here. look what she said.
Listen, I love my sister, man, but she is about that life, man. She's ready to squabble, bro.
Oh man!
Out of all my siblings, outside of my brother, between her and my other sister, she's the one that knows how to fight too. Alyssa is, I love you, girl. I love you, Alyssa. Let me say that.
Shit. Hold on. No, you already said it. Man, coming in. All right, so let's do it. Alyssa, what is woman?
I will argue for free. I know it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Alyssa, let's get it. What is a woman? That's the discussion tonight. We're talking about what is a woman.
What is a woman?
So what you got, Alyssa? Go ahead, let us know.
How sticky is it, brother? Because if you finally define it, that's it. You know, when you define something, you draw the line, brother.
Right. Well, that's kind of
it's stuck.
It's stuck there, and that's the problem. Is we always kind of thought it was like that, and there's people now saying we don't want to be confined in this space. In the country we live in, brother, you can kind of do whatever you want here. And
you're going to say the same that I said.
It's more or less safe.
Okay, watch this. This is what she said. How you feel about this? A woman is someone who identifies themselves as such.
Such as what, though? That's what we're trying to figure out.
No, that's it. She's saying any person that says, I am a woman, boom, it's over.
I know, but what is that they're saying when they say I am a woman? What are they saying?
A woman.
What is that? What is a woman?
Thank you. Any other questions?
Yes, lots of them. What? I genuinely want to know what is, if a woman is someone who identifies themselves as such, what is it? Like what can we say is this is a woman?
You cannot sit. So here goes Bonnie again. The boss. She keeps trying to tell us.
Oh man.
Y'all aren't listening. The boss. No, I'll tell you what a woman is. I'll do it right now, Jeff. I'm not a sucker, man.
I get it. Hold on, what she got?
Then they identify as a woman. We don't base a woman off fertility or a uterus. All right, I'll tell you what a woman is. And who's we? Women don't? Or
we? Yeah, it's got to be. Well, I don't know. Alyssa, I think, identifies as a woman. So it's just someone who if someone identifies as a woman, that's a woman. That's what you're saying, Alyssa. Someone says I am a woman, then that's all. That's the parameters. Right.
I'll tell you what a woman is, because the first person who gave the first person who identified a woman was not a woman.
Mm-hmm.
She says there's a difference between a woman and a cis woman.
Okay, I do want to ask this if we got time. Alyssa, what is cis and where does it come from? Because I have no idea. I've seen that before and I don't know what that means.
They don't necessarily have to have female parts. Why not? Hey, brother, do you know what a car is?
Yes.
Can a car have bare parts?
Have what?
Bare.
Bear parts?
Yeah, like Kodiak, Grizzly, kind of like.
No, not that I know of. I suppose it could have like the lining, bear fur.
I got you. So this is a question. They don't necessarily have to have female parts. A biological woman, man. So that's what a cis is.
Cis, biological. So then there's biological men and women, which we know is okay. So we have that. We're clear on that. Biological men and women is men and women.
Yeah, aren't we done then?
We should. That's what I thought. If there is biological, if there is cis, then that's.
No, I got you, Manny.
You know what I mean?
See that you were asking. Let's see. So let's just say someone with a penis, penis, I like to say. Someone with a penis can identify as a woman, but they can't say they are a cis woman, but a woman. Because our parts don't base of gender. Gender is a societal norm. All right.
So there would be a man, female man.
So someone with a penis can identify as a woman, brother, just like I can identify as 6 foot, or I can identify as I'm 12, I'm around 12, 13.
Right.
I can identify as that.
Gotcha.
Am I lying or am I not lying?
Well, I have no idea.
Am I lying to myself is the question. Am I lying to myself if I say I identify as a 6'7" basketball player with a 13-inch member? Is how I identify. I'm gonna go on Tinder now and identify myself.
Right, there you go. So you should be good then.
Yeah, that's it, man. Because they get all the girls, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the results of that. I'm playing this game in a way that I'm going to get those things.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
She says there is a difference between gender and sex. Yes, there is a difference between gender and sex.
Yeah, I brought that up a little bit, Alyssa, earlier in the beginning of the video. The difference, gender is more socially constructed, sex is biological. But we use the gender to identify the biological. So it's not like they're separated or we put them together for some bad reason. You know what I mean?
Well, your idea is actually rooted from transphobia and old school way of thinking. Old school way of thinking. I like that so much. Old school way of thinking. So let's do this. Let's look at old school way of thinking. I have a name. My name is Sola. It's a title that was given to me so that people who want to get my attention all could use this thing that we all agreed upon would be my title. So I actually don't want to be called by that anymore because it's the old way of thinking. Also, these are not brown eyes because that's the old way of thinking, Jeff. Gotcha. Let's do another one. This thing that's making y'all be able to see me is not light. And I don't know where to stop.
Well, that's the problem.
I could keep going. If we're just saying old way of thinking, and then where she says transphobia, and I love this, by the way, Alyssa, but I just want to say phobia is a fear, and I'm not afraid of change. That's what trans mean. I'm not afraid of change. I love change.
Yeah.
And so if somebody says I want to change the way that people look at me, and so I'll do all kinds of things. I'll have surgery, I'll take hormones, and you say I just want to change the way people look at me. I want people to see this when they look at me. Great.
Right.
When I see long hair, I'll see somebody in front of me that has long hair. When I see hips, I'll say I see somebody in front of me that has hips and long hair. Brother, I don't know where if somebody wants to say no facial hair and put long eyelashes, I'll say I see somebody in front of me that has long hair, hips, no facial hair, and eyelashes. I can at that point say that's enough. Right? I can say that's enough. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But I know for sure that this is just a person with long hair, long eyelashes, no facial hair, and hips, and not necessarily a woman. Is the Bible old way of thinking? Good question. We have come so far with education and science. It's like arguing with pronouns. It's nonsense. If I identify as a man, then okay, my chromosomes aren't, but my identification is. And phobia can mean the fear of, but also can mean heavily against. So I like, brother, I love this kind of stuff because I'm very much a wordsmith.
Yeah.
Phobia as a connotation will mean anything that is popular.
Okay.
Right? But as the denotation, because the only way that we can make any progress in understanding is we have to be specific and precise.
Right.
The denotation of phobia is a fear. That's what it means. If it can mean something else, then it can mean anything. It can mean anything. We'll just say, oh yeah, well, phobia means sexual favors.
Right.
It just can mean anything. It means anything.
Well, it's like a word starts off a certain way, or we have a word that we use to identify a certain idea, and then that word gets used in conjunction with other ideas. As time goes on, the word ends up having some other meanings to it, right? Like when people call someone phobic, right? What they're really saying, we were called transphobic. What they're really saying is we're against the idea of trans. It just so happens that the word phobia does mean fear. You know what I'm saying? But because it's used in these other contexts, it's kind of picked up these other meanings. But in essence, no, we're not afraid of it or against change at all.
I'm looking for what Katie says to begin with. She says,
Katie. I think Alyssa shared the video, and so the comments showing up somewhere else. I got
you.
So we didn't see what you said, Katie.
Yeah, we didn't see what you said, Katie.
Yeah.
So
I want to say this since we're doing this. I understand what Alyssa's saying here, right? The biological sex of a person's not changed, but the way they identify can't change, and rightfully so. Someone should be able to be identified however they want. I understand that part. The problem with this is people that are seen as male in society are treated one way. People that are seen as female are treated another. And this isn't like I'm not saying this like as in America, this is the way. This has always been this way. Men have always been treated separately from the way women have been treated, right? And so the way men carry themselves, the way women carry themselves are to identify what they are, and they're going to be treated as such. Now, if a woman is saying, no, but I'm a man, but we see a woman, this is where it gets confusing. And it's not, you can't say that anybody that has a problem with this is just phobic and they're against it. No, there's some real confusion here, guys. Some serious confusion, because men are treated a certain way, women are treated a certain way. You can't start mixing the two and then expect us to still keep up with this. That's not That's not the way it's going to work. It can't work that way. Why? That's why there's so much conflict in this.
Okay. There's something that I want to read. I wanted to read. Also, there are 3 sexes. She corrected herself here. There are 3 sexes: male, female, and intersex.
Okay. These are three separate sexes.
Yeah, intersex. Let me look that up, brother, because I don't want to speak. I don't know. This is the first time I heard that. So, intersex. See, I have to go and look for a definition. And definitions let us know what things mean. All right, intersex. It's O. So, it's a big old O. Intersex people are individuals born with any of several sex characteristics, including chromosome patterns, gonads. I have gonads, or genitals that, according to the let's see, or genitals that, according to the Office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights. I think this is what Katie was saying. Her things was her comment was, try listening to what the doctors say about gender, sex, and all those things.
Yeah.
She was saying that we were lost. Do not fit typical binary notions of male or female bodies. Okay, so I think so you're saying it's not confusing. It's not for you to understand. It's for you to respect it. Oh man, this is so good. I love this kind of stuff. I love it. Intersex can be XXY or XXX. All right, XXX actually is not intersex. It's internet sex. Oh man.
Oh, brother.
I'm getting carried away. All right,
no, you're good.
Right.
Yeah.
So XX so XXY is when a man man has a lot of female traits, right? He shows up and he might have like a lot of feminine qualities about himself and characteristics. The XYY is a man. He'll look like a beast, brother, like a hunchback. He has too much of the Y, and I don't even know how that could happen, because you only have one Y. Only one Y can be given. But you have the X that comes from the mother. She has it's an X, and then you have the Y that comes from the father. That's how you're a boy. You have an X and an X. Those people have that's obviously a female. And then let me see, chromosomal sex. I'm looking for the XXX, Alyssa, because I'm going to take your word for it that there's an XXX. It's just I had to, Jeff, I had to go for that one.
Nah, brother, intersex, internet sex. I mean, yeah, brother, you can't drive past that, brother. You got to make a stop. I get it, man.
Yeah.
And this is the reason we do this kind of stuff on this podcast, because we're trying to figure out what people are saying about this stuff, and we've got what we've got figured out here. So,
right. I have friends who are intersex. They also identify as non-binary. Okay, so like you've heard of hermaphrodites, right, Jeff?
I have, yeah.
Or like, dude, look like a lady. You heard that song?
I have.
All right. So some people are born with both body parts.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I understand that, yeah.
Right. I don't know if they're both functional. No. I don't know exactly how that works, but I have heard of that, obviously. Alyssa, yes,
and in those cases, I can understand how the person kind of just pick which way they're going to go with their the way they identify, I suppose.
Feminine and masculine are terms made up by society. I can rock with that. No big deal.
Well, that's kind of a
Craig,
uh,
what's up, brother? I'm
uh
sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're good, brother.
All right, go ahead.
I don't want to get into like an open debate here, but feminine and masculine, yes, there are terms that were made up, but I mean, in that regard, that's what society does. We make up terms to identify certain ideas or certain things that we see. And so in that way they were made up, but it's not like we don't use feminine and masculine in other ways. It's used in language, it's used in taxonomy. You know what I mean? It's not just like somebody said we're going to call men masculine and women feminine. You know, these terms have roots and they're used to describe very specific traits that we see in the entire world, even within certain languages. Right? There are feminine languages, masculine languages. In Spanish, we have feminine and masculine words and all this. So, you know,
Yeah.
and that's used specifically for a reason. It always has been. And so to just say let's just do away with that, I don't know that that's going to be helpful
Well,
to everyone.
masculine means stronger. Feminine means weaker, just like alpha and beta. It
Yeah.
doesn't really have to do with the sex. You're
Right.
right. I know a lot of
Right.
very masculine XY. So I start saying I know some very masculine XXs,
Yeah, yeah. You could I guess that's
right? And I know some
yeah.
very feminine XYs. Um, but let me let you in on what's going on, Alyssa. This is really what's going on. I'll tell you. Um, Feminine doesn't mean weaker. See, I knew that would come from that, but that's actually what it does mean. Masculine means so if you take a male plug and you put it in the female side of the plug, there's one that has to do the job and the other has to receive. So you have the
Right.
giver, you have the receiver, you have the stronger, you have the weaker. It's the only way one pushes, the other pulls. It's just the way that things are. It doesn't mean man, doesn't mean woman. I just want to make sure that I'm telling you, it doesn't mean man or woman. It doesn't mean this one is better and this one is worse. It doesn't mean any of those things.
Yeah, and weak
These-
doesn't mean useless. Like water is quite weak, and that's good so that we can go inside of it without dying. You know? So it's like weak doesn't it's not horrible.
It means-
Weak's not a terrible thing.
It means penetrable. That's what it
Yeah.
means. And it's subjective. Your
Famine.
feminine and masculine definition won't match up with the definition of somewhere else or in a different society. I can understand that, but I wasn't putting anything else on it. I was just telling you exactly what masculine and feminine is. Not the way society has made it mean. I don't care about what society does. I'm feminine and I'm not weak. No, I'm glad you said that. You're
Yeah,
not.
that's a good point.
What you're doing is pushing. Feminine doesn't push. Feminine receives. So every time you push, that's a masculine trait. You know what I mean? And I don't mean you're acting like a man, because that's easy. It can easily be taken like that. That's the
Right,
subjective
yeah.
part. That's
Yeah,
the
that's-
subjective part. You're like, oh, what are you trying to say? No, I'm telling you exactly what it is. It's not my fault. If somebody turns on the light, they're not turning on the dark. They're turning on the light.
Yeah.
These things are real.
Yeah.
These things are real. It doesn't mean I like one side or I like the other side. It's just this is exactly what it is.
Yeah. And,
Right,
and you're
so-
saying like to say masculine necessarily doesn't mean man. It just means stronger, and then feminine is feminine.
That's all it means. And
Right,
every time a person, doesn't matter if they're male, female, dog, it doesn't matter what they are. If any person is pushing more than they are receiving or accepting, then that is masculinity.
Yeah. Female hyenas are quite masculine.
They are very masculine.
Yeah.
Okay. So it just is what it is. Doesn't change anything. Doesn't, I'm not saying this to make somebody feel good. I'm not saying this to make somebody feel bad. It's just exactly what it is. So, but there's something that she brought up. What was it? Oh, this is what I was trying to tell you. I'm gonna let y'all know exactly what's going on. All women, I need y'all to hear this very carefully. Female Americans that pushed hard. I'm talking about they put and very masculine. They pushed hard for women empowerment, women rights, women, so many things. They pushed really, really hard, and they needed help because it wasn't enough. Their voice just wasn't strong enough. So they got help. They got help from other groups. And these other groups included people that did not look like them, didn't come from them, didn't have the same struggle that they had. Actually, it actually started, the help they started to get was from happily married, happy other people that just had the same gender. Gender was fine then. There was no, oh well, you can't call me a woman, or you can't call me a man. If gender was just fine, all the people from the same gender said, yeah, we want women's rights. And then after a while, they started going outside without tops, and it was a strong push. They worked very, very hard, tirelessly, and they made space. They made a lot of space. So let's just call this the space that they've made. This is the world, and they made this much space. Okay? And the space left a lot of room for stuff like what's going on right now. For the same people they were pushing against, the same gender that they were pushing against, is now about to take all that work that women did. Going to take all that work that y'all did, and they're going to slide their ways up in there and say, I am woman, and you can't tell me that I'm not, honey. And they're going to take these men, I'm telling you, are going to take all the merits that y'all worked for, and they're going to put it in their pocket. And they're going to say, yeah, bitch, I know. And then they're going to start taking y'all's men, the guys that y'all like, they're going to start doing the different things, and they're gonna, if they don't take all the way over, they're gonna ruin what y'all started. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen very soon. All right, I just looked up the definition of masculine. I don't see strong anywhere. All right, I'll
yeah, I know the root word to masculine is male. It does mean male. It means worthy of man is another older term for masculine.
All right, this is good, brother. As a proud parent of a trans child, I beg you to understand how sensitive this topic is. Trans people are being murdered and assaulted every day. I'm so glad. Now watch this, Jeff. I'm so glad, Katie. I'm very glad that you presented this. I'm just going to show you how serious this is, brother. How serious this entire thing is. And she said it's a very sensitive topic.
Yeah.
For one, for sure, I wouldn't do this if I didn't know how serious this was. It's not a game. It's not something to play around with. Obviously, people are saying, I don't care what you think of me. I don't care what y'all think. This is how I identify myself. This is a beautiful thing. If somebody can make it, nobody can change my mind, Jeff. You know what I'm saying? I identify as a man. I do. I wouldn't want anybody to play around with that, right? So I say, no, you what are you doing, right?
Yeah. I'd fight behind it, I guess. If everyone treated me like a woman, I would fight, yeah.
Right. But as a parent to this child who we call trans, transgender, saying I'm going to go from what everybody else sees as a boy or what everybody else sees as a girl, and I'm going to take up my free choice to call myself or identify as the other sex. These things, or the other gender, like these terms, brother. Sorry, man. These terms. I'm going to identify as the other gender. Beautiful. However, this we're talking about has nothing to do with murdering someone. It's just like I identify as, if I say, oh, I'm a Trump supporter. If I say I'm a Trump supporter, and then also Trump supporters are being murdered, especially some of the places I'm from, I go around saying, "No, man, MAGA, MAGA. I'm
Nah,
wearing a
nah.
MAGA hat, brother. I'm right.
You
Something might
jumping on
happen to
them.
me.
Yeah.
It doesn't change. It doesn't change the fact that against all odds, I said no. I understand how y'all think, but I think differently. I understand how y'all feel, but I feel differently. And that's a brave thing to do, Jeff. I'm gonna say it right now. That's a brave thing to do, but it does not change what is already established as truth. I can feel like I'm purple, like I'm purple on the inside, Jeff. I'm a purple person inside, on the inside.
Right.
Do we start now? So do we say, well, actually, I guess red and blue doesn't make purple because he identifies as purple. And who's to say that that's even red? That's a primary color of red. That's a primary color of blue. And they make purple. And maybe sometimes it doesn't make purple. And maybe you should identify as whatever you want. It doesn't change specific things that's already established. And I can sound like a horrible person. I can sound like a monster. I can sound like somebody that's not being educated. I can sound like all those things. I can even sound mean and rude and obnoxious. But I'm not trying to. It's not like I'm not going out of my way to be obnoxious or rude. All right, some of these comments. Let me read some of this stuff. Of course, they can take our men. Men are easy. That was a good. That's a good.
That's good. Yeah,
that was good.
men are pretty easy. Yeah. Agreed.
I'm sorry. What'd she say? Trans women are women, not men. No, trans women are trans women. They're not women. They're trans women.
Yeah, this is one of the things that I'm trying to find out about this, because I want to really understand it a little more. Right. I'm not trying to avoid the topic or just stick in my old school ways. The problem is we need to really identify what we're doing when we start talking about trans. Like we've really got to identify this, because if I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a cis man. And if I want to have a family, get married and have children, I can only do that with a biological woman. Right. And so if I go out into society and I can't tell the difference, I have to start asking people if they're biologically a woman or not. And there's a clear difference between a biological man and a biological woman. Now, when we go into the social identity of gender and we start saying, well, I know that I'm a biological male, but I want to be treated and seen as a woman, that's fine. But we can't say that actually is the exact same thing as a biological woman, because it's just not.
But they're not saying the exact same thing. They're saying,
well, that's what I think when she says trans women are women. I think that's the point, is like it's the same as a biological woman.
No, a biological woman is a biological woman.
And a trans woman is the same as a biological woman?
No, a woman is a woman.
A woman is a woman.
See, a woman is a woman. Now, if you're asking, are you a biological woman? Okay, thank you. I'll go ahead and take this exit. I'm a biological woman. Are you not a biological woman? Actually, I'm not a biological woman, because I didn't say I was a biological woman. I said I'm a woman, and that's none of your business to know if I'm a biological woman or not a biological woman, because you're not putting that in me. You see?
Right. I get that. Yeah.
So I need to read some of these assaults.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Here's a question. Do you support trans people? Yes or no? Good question.
That's a good question. Yeah.
So Jeff may have a different thing to say. As a matter of fact, I'm sure he would. Do I support trans people? This is the kind of question this is. Yes, I support trans people, but in the essence of them being able to say I can, because I support anybody to be able to do whatever they feel like. I support that 100%. Unless I'm going to go stop them from doing it, which I'm not, I definitely support a trans person, trans male, trans female, they can, of course. You only have one life. You got to live it the way you decide to live it, 100%.
Yeah.
But if you say, do you support trans people? I'll show you like how it would affect me. If I'm interested, I'm married, but let's just say I'm interested in a woman because it's just a woman, Jeff. All right, a woman, right?
Right. As a woman, yeah.
Okay, a woman is a woman. I'm interested in this woman. And I said, man, um, looking at your features, and I think we'd have some beautiful kids. And she, she kind of giggles at all. And she didn't promise me that we were gonna get married and have kids, but she just kind of giggles it off. And I was like, let me see your hand. Trying to see what that ring would look like on you. I'm holding her hand.
Mm-hmm.
You play basketball or something? Some mighty big hand, but I don't know. But I like you, and I go in for the kiss, and she kind of pulls back. She's like, "Look, I have something I have to tell you." Well, okay, what's up? Well, no, you were saying something about how we would have beautiful kids, and I was like, don't tell me you're not into having kids. You the Roe v. Wade group.
Oh yeah.
She says, well, yes, but not exactly. That's not really it. I said, well, tell me, what's on your mind? Talk to me. And I'm smacking on her butt. She says, well, I wasn't born a female. I was born a male.
Yeah. So,
and I look if you would, Jeff, I look at her and I said, but I liked you. I started to like you. I don't like anyone that was born a man. And I thought you were a woman. She said, well, I am a woman. I said, well, yeah, you identify as a woman, but what am I gonna do now? Like I kissed you, and you were not born a woman. You were born a man. And I didn't sign up for that. I didn't sign up for this shit, man. I just kissed.
Yeah.
I just kissed someone that I never would have kissed.
Yeah, you got to be able to, I'm listening. Go ahead.
And that I can't support that because I can't support that. I can't support that because I understand you to be what I identify a woman to be. And you say, well, you may say, well, I don't identify a woman to be that. I identify a woman to be whoever identifies themselves to be a woman. Okay. But I was looking for what I identify as a woman. And now we got all this. You understand? So if you say I'm a trans woman, I don't think nobody that I know would have a problem with that. Oh, you're a trans woman, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I've never had an issue with it. As far as what other people do, I don't have a problem with it. And to answer whether or not I support it, listen, man, I support in a way I do, because I understand when there's a group of people, the idea that a group of people are being treated as something other than what they are, right? When I looked at the history of the Taino people, I saw something similar. They were being treated as less than human, and they were crying out to the Spanish that they were human beings, and the Spanish treated them like animals. And so it's like, okay, when I see stuff like that, I understand it. I get it. If I'm something else and you're treating me as something less, I have a problem with this. Would I compare the two? I don't know. I would say no, right? I would say no. However, when people are being treated a certain way and they feel like they shouldn't be treated that way, and they start to fight against it, I respect that. I understand. I get it. If you're being treated a way that you don't want to be treated, and you're doing something about it, of course, I support that. Whether I agree with it or not, or whether I fully understand it, I support it. What I'm saying is there's some of it I don't fully understand. And I don't think that anyone making the argument against what we're saying can fully explain how we're supposed to go about moving forward in this. You can't say that there's no difference, all right, between biological male and female. and that when you take away that, when the biology doesn't matter, only the way it matters in society and how we identify in society matters. And it's like, well, yeah, that matters, and you can change that part, but the biological part you can't change. And men and women are not treated the same based on biology. Men and women are absolutely not treated the same. Men are expected to be a certain way and to do certain things. Women are expected to be a different way and to do different things. It's just the way it is. And in that way, there's nothing any of us can do anything about. There's nothing you can do about this, and so, yeah, that's what I got on that, man.
Yeah. Let's get some of these the comments.
Yeah.
Katie says that I'm uneducated about this topic.
She might have been talking to me too, because I would imagine if we don't agree completely with what someone says, then I think perhaps we would be called uneducated.
I'm not uneducated about this topic. Jeff, you may feel like you might be. I'm not uneducated, and I'm also not upset with anybody. Actually, I love Katie. We've been riding on Facebook for a long time. I do appreciate you, actually, and I appreciate y'all taking y'all's time. Alyssa, obviously, I love you. But somebody in this world has to say, stop it. Somebody needs to say, oh, guess what? I'm the one that's going to tell y'all, stop this nonsense, man.
Yeah.
Because it's nonsensical. When I say nonsense, it sounds like I'm saying, oh, rubbish. I'm saying this thing that we're talking about, this deal that we're talking about, is nonsensical. If somebody says that I am a trans woman, no one will argue. No one will argue that.
No. I understand. I've heard that for a long time.
Right? If someone is a trans man, I changed my gender. My gender used to be, because then if that's the case, then you're not a trans. You've always been that gender. If you can say a trans woman is a woman, then you were a woman to begin with, right? You see how that works?
Yeah.
If you're saying, no, don't call me a trans woman is a woman. Okay, then why are you a trans? If you're a woman, then the trans part, that change, then never needed to happen. You never identified as a man, did you? Or male, did you? You never identified as a female, did you? No, I always felt like I was a male on the inside. Okay, then what's the trans for? You're a man, right? You were born a male, right?
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Right. So that's why I call it nonsense. All right, let's do this. I don't know how many of these I missed. Y'all forgive me. These comments just started coming in. All right, a biological woman can't be looked at as someone who is an incubator just because they are a biological woman. An incubator, like that's because me talking about me getting her pregnant.
Yeah, carrying babies and whatnot. I mean, they have a uterus. I don't know.
If I'm talking to a woman, this is me. This was my idea. The woman was over there looking pretty. My idea is I'm gonna approach you to have my children.
Right.
I can look at a woman as an incubator. I can. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you as a woman. That's my choice, right? We understand freedom of choice, don't we? I can think. I want to think, can't I?
Yeah, for sure, brother. Yeah.
Right. Isn't that what the fight is about? I can say what I want. I can.
Well, nobody has a problem looking at
as
men as paychecks. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with that. Look at me as a paycheck. That's fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
We can be very shallow. We can be very deep. Like, oh, that's cool.
Right.
She's a woman, but not a cis woman. Yeah. So listen. I can't call a woman a trans woman. I gotta call her a woman. But a cis woman, for me to be specific, I gotta go out of my way and say, "Are you a cis?"
Yeah.
Like, sis, are you a cis?
Well,
yeah. Like all I'm looking at, is that true? Is that all? Is whatever I'm seeing, is that natural? Here, let me reach into your pants and find out. Can't do that, Jeff. You can't do that.
No, you can't do
reach
that,
into
bro.
a pant.
No, and that's
I
but
can't.
that's why we've always dressed a certain way and carried ourselves a certain way.
No. We're moving forward,
why.
right? We're being
Yeah,
progressive.
yeah.
Can I ask you, hey, do you have a hairy,
Mhm.
thing down there? Like, tell me what's going on. Let me know what you have down there.
Yeah.
Did you change it? Okay, so you have a vagina. Did you change it into a vagina? I gotta do all that, man. Or can we just say, listen, I just want to let you know before this goes any further. I had a sex change, or I changed my gender, or I actually have two parts. I was born with two parts.
Right.
Or maybe it's none of my business. Maybe it is none of my business. Maybe I do need to go all the way, take you out 3 times.
Yeah, Mr. Paycheck. Yeah.
Maybe I should open the door for you, or ask you, should I open the door for you, or you got it, or I don't know, And then the woman identified woman says, yeah, you can open the door for me. Okay, I open the door for you, and then I take my time. I smell really good for you, and I go in for the kiss, and then I go for first base. Right, Jeff? Well, first base is a kiss. Then I go for second base, and I'm like, hey, you mind? Time out.
Yeah.
Mind telling me what's going on right here? And what's that? What the hell is that?
Right.
Oh, I kind of still have a penis a little bit. Still have a little bit of a tail down there. It's not actually done.
Oh, yeah. No.
Oh, you know what? I support trans. Not attracted to you, but you didn't do anything wrong. But
Totally,
would you like for
totally cool. Yeah.
Would you like for me to escort you home? I'll go ahead and take you home.
Stop and get some pizza. Call it a night.
Yep, I'm gonna what they call it, cut my losses.
Yeah.
And then we should be fine. Well, with that situation, it was a consent problem, not a trans problem. Yeah, Melissa, I love you. I do. I love you, but you're as intelligent as you are, and I know you are. You're a very intelligent person.
She really is. Alyssa's super smart, man.
As intelligent as you are, you're fighting. Now I ain't gonna call it fighting because you're not fighting. You're intertwining with an understanding that's going to pull you further and further away from the light. It is.
Yeah.
It is. And you're very intelligent, but you kind of are uneducated. Like, I've heard the rebuttal to all of your stances. LOL. I would literally pay to watch y'all debate, my Discord friends. I would love to debate anybody about. I would love to hear young people say, "You're so stupid. You're so uneducated. You're a cis. You're a label. You're a loser. You're nothing. I would love that. I would love it. Listen, I would enjoy that so much, because all I would do is I would just hold myself like the man that I am and just say, I get where y'all are coming from.
Yeah.
But you're just trying to use words to walk around things that are already trans is used for the medical field. All right.
Yeah.
So that's not socially acceptable. Trans. So it should just be woman.
Well, this is all jargon, brother. A lot of this stuff is jargon because, yeah, trans is used in the medical field, but so is male and female. So is the different sexes of the genders. All of that's also in the medical field. We're not going to act like society created this horrible thing and now the scientific researched rebels are fighting against what society has always done. Because ultimately, listen, this whole idea, this comes from the feminist door being opened. And this it initially was used to weaponize certain ideas against very specific groups of people.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's the same thing as feminism. It's the same thing as women's rights. All of and that's why it's always one side of the fence pushing the same narrative. This stuff has always been used to destabilize very specific communities. And that's who it has affected the most historically. and that's who it has feminized and softened and weakened the most. That's just the way it is. You look at the specific communities that were targeted, i.e., the Black and Hispanic non-white communities in America, were either in prison, we're more homosexual than anyone else, we're more trans than anyone else, and we're suffering from across the board from all of these problems. And all of this stuff is coming from the same side of the fence. It's come from both sides of the fence, really, left and right. But and that's all it is, brother. Because before the Western world showed up, we weren't doing any of this. And I don't care what anybody says. We weren't doing any of this.
Well, I need to pull up this. This argument is stemmed from white supremacy. LOL. If only y'all knew the history of all this.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Alyssa. So we do know the history. The thing is, and you're right, it does stem from white supremacy. It absolutely does. And what we're not going to do is we're not going to act like the left and the right weren't born in desperate racism in the United States. Both sides. I don't care if they changed in the 1800s. They've always been this way. And when you look at who's affected by this the most,
it was in the 1900s. But go ahead.
Yeah, 1900s, early 1900s. And that's the point we're making. That's the point we're making. And I understand that everybody's involved. I'm not saying that non-white or only non-white people are involved in this, but my point is it comes from the same argument because it's in the same protest where you have the feminists also arguing for the trans and also Black Lives Matter. These are all the same group of people. It doesn't service us well at all as a people. That's what I support. I support our people. That's what I support.
That's good. Actually, yes, sir. Me too. Actually, Alyssa, white supremacy is a very, very it's a recent bias.
Yeah.
Not very old at all.
No, it's not.
White supremacy would probably start in around the Renaissance era. So like 1500s. That's pretty recent. That's 700 years, Jeff.
Yeah, something like that.
So no, I'm not. The stuff that I'm bringing has nothing to do with anything that recent. I'm not talking about anything recent at all. I'm talking about pretty ancient things, actually.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, when the people used to worship phalluses.
Yeah.
Right? There's this big old thing. And they would worship it because of what they call fertility. And they had fertility gods.
Mm-hmm.
And they had fertility they had fertility goddesses. They had different gods and goddesses that was worshipped. They had, and when I say they, I'm just talking about just the world, just the different populations of the world. You look at the Egyptians, you had very concrete, very distinct, I should say, very distinct illustrations of men and very distinct of women. And then you had some that were hermaphrodites and eunuchs, and so they had breast and also a penis. And I saw things like that, just like a hyena has a female hyena has a penis.
Right. Yeah.
It's still a female.
It's a female. It has a penis. It's a female, yeah.
But it does have a penis.
Mm-hmm.
So none of the things, I'm not basing anything on it on something so recent. I wouldn't dare do that because something that recent can't be truth. I got to look at how things started. The very first person to call a female a woman was a man. And I'm a man. And I'm going to say, no, y'all can't do that. I don't care. I don't care how many women cry at me. I'm gonna have these feelings towards you. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It doesn't matter who debates me. I don't care I don't care what y'all say. It has nothing to do with me being uneducated. You know how easy it is to say, I could just say, you are uneducated. Let me try it, Jeff. You are obviously uneducated about things that happened pre the 1500s.
Yeah. That's
I
and
could
that's
do
the
that.
brother.
We could all
That's
do
the
that.
part, man. Well, you create a community and you attach a bunch of ideas and words to it, and then the other side doesn't know all the new terminology, and then you just call them uneducated. I
Yes,
don't
sir.
know the terminology. I don't know cis. I don't know any of this. I know man and a woman. You know.
She said that the Bible wasn't valid. I'll tell you why the Bible is valid. This is what a lot of people don't understand. They think that Jeff, you and I, we seem like religious folk, right? We're just religious people. Oh, look at y'all,
Bible thumpers,
bigots, and y'all just think y'all know everything holier than thou. I don't come from that. That's not where I'm coming from at all. Let me tell you why the Bible is valid. All things that have ever been written, all things that have ever been written down. Oh, sorry.
Hey, man, that's not the Bible. Hey, what are you doing? You're supposed to be a Christian. Are you saying that you read other books, brother, that have stuff to do with other beliefs?
Actually, I do, brother. Yes, sir. So, of all things that were ever written down, there were things that have been copied. Okay. But just a copy is one thing. Just, to make copies of this, brother, you know how easy it is? Just make more copies of it.
For sure.
Then there's a thing called manuscripts. Have you ever heard of a manuscript?
Yes, sir.
All right. A manuscript is me taking this that's written down and then manually writing it. So actually, it's something that was manually written, and then I manually write it again, over and over and over again. Okay.
Not womanly script. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Manually, right? Of all the things that was ever written, nothing. Let's go ahead and look it up. However you want to look it up. No thing has ever had more manuscripts than what we call the scriptures. Nothing has been manually copied more than that. Not Shakespeare. Nothing has been. Nothing. So if anyone will take the time, the resources, or anything to write something over again, not law books, nothing. Write something, not dictionaries. Write something by hand over and over again. It's going to have more validity than something that has been copied not even at 1/10 of that rate. It's also dates back further than anything that comes close. So there, so there's stuff like not Oedipus Rex. What's Gilgamesh, the epic of Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
Right. So that manuscript is dated older than what we call the Bible. However, the manuscripts of that doesn't compare to even the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, the 10th thing of all the things that have been manually written. So it's older than all the things that come close to. Well, nothing comes close, but all the number 2, the number 3, number 4, it has more manuscripts, more manually written down, and it's older than all the ones that are 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th place, and then it has way more than anything that was written prior to it. So, if anything can be valid that has been ever written down or spoken or recorded, then this holds more weight than anything else. So if I use the scriptures, it's not because of my faith.
Yeah.
It's not just my conviction. I like to use things that are concrete. What is the definition of something? The denotation. What does it actually mean? What is the etymology of that word? Where did that word start? These are things that I like to use. Are we talking to ourselves at this point, Jeff?
We might be. I think we lost
it.
I can't see any eyeballs on my end, so
cool. Let me just finish the thought, just in case somebody's hanging on. They just want to hear what I'm going to say and to drive home this point. So when I use the scriptures, Manny, man, I can always count on Manny. Man, I love you. You understand? That's what I just said. I love you. I appreciate you. Make sure I'm here. And I know brother. You know how much of a jerk I look like on this side, saying saying the stuff I'm saying. I look like a complete jerk, man. I know I do, man. I know I do.
Nah, I wouldn't say you do, brother.
Nah, Jeff. Nah, you know what, Jeff?
I don't think you're a jerk, brother. I think,
Nah, man, I'm a complete.
Nah, man, I don't think so.
I just stay on ice a bit. I got you. No, I would appreciate you being here. I know that I can come across it. So this takes some sort of boldness. I won't call it bravery because my life's not at stake here, but it takes some sort of boldness to say, nah, I'm gonna stand in here and I'm not gonna just go away from this topic. I'm not gonna say, well, yeah,
yeah.
Since you have rosy cheeks and you're, seems like you might be getting a little upset. I'll go ahead and no. I'm here because this is important.
Yeah, for sure.
And for people who have family members who are either lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, or transgendered, queer, intersex. I don't know what the A is, brother.
The A?
Yeah. I just did the LGBTQI.
I don't think there's an A.
There is an A. Yeah, there's an A. I don't remember the A.
I don't know what it is.
But
I'll look it up.
Anyone that has family members, friends that can identify with any of those terms at all, I don't love them anyway. As a matter of fact, I want them to fall in love. I want them to enjoy their lives. From the bottom of my heart. Jeff, you know that about me. You know that I want to see people who are blinking. Course, anybody that blinks and takes in breath, I want you specifically to enjoy your life.
Absolutely, man.
I really, of all the people that talk about this stuff, maybe they might not feel the same way. Maybe they got all these other reasons why they're like, oh, no. But me, I want everybody to enjoy their life very much, very much. If that's the best sex you ever had, then keep having it. I have no problem. If that's the best relationship you've ever been in, enjoy it. Enjoy the relationship. If you feel more alive now that you've I changed the way you identify, and I don't want to stop you at all. But if you start playing around with truth, then I'm not going to let anybody know. It's the truth is the truth, and that's it. It doesn't change because the times are different. What? Why would truth ever change?
Yeah, and that's the thing, brother. Is when I'm discussing this stuff and other people want to get involved, brother. My thing is this: listen, you've got to be able to properly identify what your stance here is. If we're going to go against the truth, because listen, I am all for challenging the truth. I'm all for it, man. Let's do it. Let's get up against the truth and see what's what. I actually do it all the time with all my ideas. So if I've concluded that something is true, I've challenged it and I find that it is true, and then someone else comes and says that it's not, I know what it takes to go up against true, to challenge it. And so that's it. You got to be able to properly identify this, and it's got to be sensical. You can't just be a part of a group of pseudoscience and then say it's a fact because some scientists say it is. It's not. We're not doing that. We don't do that. So identify what you're talking about, clear it out, line it up, make it make sense, and we'll figure it out. We'll sort it out. If I'm wrong about something, I'm wrong about something. If I don't understand, I don't understand. And that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Listen, first and foremost, I'm pro-human. If I ever see a human being attacked by a dolphin, I will go fight that dolphin for you, human. Absolutely. If I see a deer bullying a human, I'll go fight that deer. And Sola will probably come help me, I'm sure. because I'm first and foremost pro-human. Humans are my favorite species of living things on Earth. And then within the humans, amongst the humans, I care very deeply about the men because I too am a man, right? And then there's other groups of humans that I care for more than some of the other groups of humans. But, that's a different discussion. But I'm very pro-human. If this is a human issue, let's do it, man. I want people to do well. I don't care what you do in the bedroom or whatever. I want people to do well. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. What's true is true and what's not is not. And, if we got to make space for somebody to exist comfortably, then read history and hopefully you'll find out what it takes to make some space, huh? That's it.
It takes a lot of this, obviously. It's a lot of pushing, All right. Do you support women that wear lace front wigs?
Against other species, yes, of things.
All right, so this is a good question. It's a good question. I want women that wear lace front wigs to be happy. See where I'm going here?
Yes, sir.
I want them to enjoy their lives. I want them to, have the things out of life that they want. But I support truth, and that is some hogwash. I can see right here. It's lifting up. What the hell is that? What's wrong with your hair? Why don't you just wear your hair? Why you got to wear somebody else's hair, man? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that to yourself? Why don't you love yourself? Why don't you love you? That's, this ain't you. This belongs to somebody else. So, and that's just how I am. It's like that. It's like that. Just with a man. Let's use men. Inside manhood, there's guys who are very weak behind women. Very, very weak behind women. I want him to be happy. You understand? I want him to enjoy life. But
yeah.
I got to shake up this stuff that you think that's how it's. Well, happy wife, happy life. No, it's not.
It's not, brother.
When have you? Okay, she's happy. When have you been happy, sir? Well, as long as she's happy, I'm happy. Man, don't tell me that bull crap. You're lying.
Yeah,
and that's why we're here, brother. It's like we're the, I don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy, brother.
Well, yeah, brother. Listen, if that guy, that happy wife, if he's getting jumped by raccoons, brother, I got his back, man.
Yeah,
I'll help him, brother. But the reality is, more men are suffering from mental illness and poor mental health in this country specifically than any other subgroup of people, brother. Men are suffering from mental illness way far more than trans people. All of it, brother. Men are suffering at an all-time high, man.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're just going to start crying.
Nah. So that's what you know what I'm saying? So we got to fix this, bro. That's our job. That's what we're here to do. We're here to fix that problem, man.